Hello, I'm Dr. Jewel Williams, owner of Tribe Production Publishing Incorporated. If you missed any of the previous tips, you can go back to my YouTube channel, JewelW1, or you can go to my website, publishdivision.com. And so we have come to the last tip in the ideal writing tips. So let me just jump into the tips. Let me just recap. The tip, the I was interesting to you so that you investigate. D was desire that drives you. E was excites you as you want to educate. And then A is apply so you can advance. Apply so you can advance. When we apply something, or when you apply something, you put something to use, especially for some practical purpose. Therefore, we want to use all the tools and ideas we've talked about so that you can advance your project. The things that I've shared in my tips, I hope that they've been helpful, because now you want to put them all together so that you can help advance your project. So let me just jump into that first tip, which is get ready to publish. Advance means move forward in a purposeful way. And the best advancement is to determine how you will publish your work. Whether you use a publisher like me, Tribe Production, or if you do it yourself, you need to determine what's the best fit for you. And let me just say this here. I suggest no matter what avenue you use, never publish anything without having it edited. I've seen too many people cut corners on this, and well, let me just tell you, you're going to regret it. In fact, editing can be and often is the most expensive part of publishing. Some publishers give you a publishing product that doesn't include editing, which can make their packages look really inviting. And I'm not saying that they're not a good publisher, but you just want to remember that does not include editing unless they tell you include editing. So you might find someone who will give you $7.99 or $1,000 package, but you need to make sure is the editing included. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. That's just some people don't want to do that because they're using outside sources. They don't have editors on staff, and so it's a little more expensive, and they want to make sure that they are passed through and that you're going to take care of that. But my point is, the goal is to make sure you're moving forward purposely in every step of the way. So you do not want to cut the corners on editing. I don't care if you're the best writer in the world, you still edit. I mean, I've used this in a couple of my other videos that I've shared. I did my dissertation work a couple of years ago, and I had like several people editing. I had a technical editor. I had two editors that were helping me on this side. I had, my instructors, part of, what they did. I had two instructors, and both of them read. And guess what? I can read through here now, and I still find little small errors. Why? Because we're human, and our minds can correct these things. So, I mean, it isn't an error that messes with the flow of the reading, but it's still a typo. And so you want to keep editing. And I mean, we edited this stuff. I mean, we did a lot of editing. So my point is, you will do yourself a disservice to publish your stuff without having it edited. Okay, I think I'll get off that soapbox. Okay, the next point is, what other options do I have? You also want to think about, what are the ways you're going to share your book? Will you do a blog to draw interest to your topic? You may have more information that you actually even put it in your book. So maybe you can use this extra research and information to write blogs, or to do a podcast, or to post on your Facebook page. You can do videos around it, even like this. You can think about other ways that you're going to promote your book, your work. Some people do books, and depending on what types of book you can do an event around that. So the goal is to draw interest to your projects, as well as to draw interest into you, because you're selling more than your book. You're presenting yourself to an audience. You're trying to draw an audience. And then the third point is, will my passion be evident? Have you ever listened to a person give a speech about something, and along the way you actually kind of almost checked out, you stopped listening because it felt like the person was only reading the words and not actually feeling them? And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with reading, because I'm kind of reading even as I'm doing this, because I want to make sure that I'm giving you all my points. But the problem is, if the passion is not there, if you don't feel that the person is excited about what they're sharing to you, how are you going to get excited? How do you expect your reader to be excited about what you're sharing if they find no passion in you? And so one of the worst things you can do is write a wonderful book that no one is interested in because they didn't see the interest in you first. So remember to let the same desire you had that drove you to write your book be the same desire that helps you promote your book. Because I think people have this false impression that I'm going to write a book and then poof, it's just going to become a bestseller overnight. No, you're going to have to promote it. You're going to have to get that information into the hands of people. You're going to have to do the legwork. And so that part is dependent on you and how passionate you are. So don't let nerves get in the way. If you need to write a short elevator speech on the importance of your book so you can say it quick and often, then do that, because guess what? You're going to have to say it quick and often. Sometimes, if you're in a book fair, you may not get a chance to tell people, an hour long about their book. If somebody comes to say, oh, well, what is this book about? They pick this book up and say, what is this book about? Oh, it's a great use. If you want to write and you need some help on how to write the APA manual, this is where you would go. I give you tips, I give you how to, and I can help you with your writing. I mean, that was just an impromptu, picked up what was on my desk. The point is, you want to be able to say it. You want to be passionate about it. Now, if I told you, oh, well, this is just a book about the APA and, you would like it. I didn't tell you anything. I didn't help you. But if I tell you this is a book about APA and it's got great tools and tips on how to make sure you're writing your sentences right, how to do long citation. And so if you use this, is going to help you do better in your grades, on your papers, because your teachers are looking to make sure you're following the format properly. You want to be able to sell it so that somebody hears what you're saying. So again, today's tip was on apply so you can advance, because the purpose is you don't want to just write a good book and not sell a good book. So apply so you can advance. Get ready to publish. How are you going to publish? What tools are you going to use? Are you going to do it yourself? Are you going to pick a publisher? Look for the things that you need. What other options do you have? Are you going to write a blog? Are you going to create a website? What other tools are you going to use to help you support and promote your work? And will my passion be evident? Will people be able to see that I'm passionate about what I wrote? And I think the answer to that could be yes, especially if you used my tips, which was this was something you were interested in the first place. This was something that drew you, so it made it easier for you to draw others. So just recapping, remember the idea writing method is I is interesting to you, so you investigate. D is desire that drives you. E, excites you, so you want to educate. And A, apply so you can advance. And if you need a coach, or if you're ready to publish your book, Try Production Publishing Incorporated is ready to help you win in publishing. For more details, go to my website, publishthevision.com, or you can email me for details at DrJewelWilliams@publishthevision.com. Until our next tip, do what I always say, write it.